Hey, have you ever been around somebody who you've known for a while and you're talking one day and then somebody says, hey man, I never knew that about you. I mean, I've known you for years. How did I not know that about you? And it's pretty funny, right? When it comes out, I mean, you may have known this person since you were teenagers or been working with them for years, and all of a sudden they come out and say, oh yeah, and by the way, I played professional baseball. And you're like, what? What? Where did that come from? And today I was sitting and talking with some of my students and a couple teachers, and one of the teachers says, well, yeah, Joe's a pastor. And the two kids are like, what? How did we not know that? We've known you for years. I'm like, I don't know. I talk about Jesus a lot. How did you not? And they're like, we just thought, you know. And so people find out things, right? And as you start to talk to people more, you start to learn more about their former lives, about who they were, where they've been, what jobs they've had, if they've got kids, aunts, uncles, cousins, old pastimes that they love, hobbies. And the more you start to talk to people and you start to just be able to be with them and learn about them, the more your eyes are opened and the more we're astonished as we learn about people's lives. And the same can be said about our faith, right? The more time we spend with God, the more we learn about God. And sometimes we just say, well, I know about God. I mean, God's that, he's a spirit in the sky, and, hopefully I'll go there when I die, and I'm a poet and didn't know it. Right? No, right? And all this stuff, and we think we know everything there is to know about God because we went to Sunday school or we went to church or we went to Bible school or. And as we spend more time in the Word and start to read the Bible more, we get surprised about things that Jesus says sometimes, right? I mean, we know we're supposed to love the little children, right? Let the little children come unto me. And he had 12 disciples, and they were, they were awesome. They were like pillars of the faith. And then you read about them and you find out that four of them are stinky fishermen. One was a stinking tax collector that everybody hated. One was a zealot who wanted to overthrow the Roman Empire. And we're not really sure about some of the other ones, right? We know that there was two sets of brothers in there, right? So as we start to read this stuff, we start to figure, wow, man, well, maybe these guys were more just like us as humans. Well, and as we start to read more about Jesus, we start to realize that Jesus was much more than what is just on the surface that we learn about at Christmas time or at Easter, right? There is like this 3-year period of his life that if we dig into it, we start to find out more and more about Jesus. And as we learn more about who he is and what he wants from us, then we can start to develop our faith more. We can start to go, well, Jesus, he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love your enemy and pray for them, right? What? Right? I'm supposed to do that, but I don't like my enemy. And yeah, but Jesus wants us to do that stuff. And if we start to dig into his word, then we start to understand more about who Jesus is and who he wants us to be. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.